Oh crap. There's nothing to cross. I'm gonna turn back and go the other way because that is just water from here on out and I do not feel like walking through that in the cold. Save that for a real through hike. Today's just practice. There's a train out here somewhere and it's just ruining the whole vibe. It is not feeling very naturey right now. So I'm starting out a hike. First one since the hot springs trip. Very excited about it. Because this is also the first trip I've taken since choosing the Durston out of the backpack lineup that I was doing a kind of a gear review on, but it was mostly because I was looking for a backpack that I could take on day hikes as well as backpacking trips. It's a little bit smaller, 55 liters instead of my whole behemoth 65 liter Osprey, but it's gonna make me a little more disciplined on what I pack so I can pack less, be a little more smart about it. It's actually pretty cold, even though I'm in Louisiana right now. It's actually pretty cold today. Waiting for the thermometer to adjust to being out here. I always love little pathways like this. You see that? It's like a secret garden kind of entrance. There's two more right here, adjacent to one another. I mean, look at that. Triangular almost. And then this one's circular. Anyway, that's just always been my favorite. It's like a portal to another world, you know? Whenever I finished that last trip to Lake Chico, I learned really quickly that my body had gotten stronger this year because I went home and the same week that I got back from the trip, I went for a run for the first time in years. And I ran farther and stronger than I could remember. I mean, it's low impact, you know, most of the hiking. It's not like what people imagine. A lot of it's just walking through nature trails, which is really pretty. But it really does build up your endurance and your strength in your legs and your core, especially when you are lugging around a backpack. And if you saw the video of me loading my stuff up, that's because today I wanted to go ahead and carry about 30 pounds worth of gear just to ruck. So I've got pretty much my full load out for a backpacking trip, short, maybe enough food for a backpacking trip and backup clothes. Didn't really worry about that for today, but it's just enough to give me a taste of that experience so I can get my muscles acclimated, because I really want to do Kisatchie National Forest this spring, sometime maybe January, February, March, something like that, while it's still cool enough. And that'll probably be my farthest through hike if I loop the trails together to do like 40 miles maybe. I know that's kind of on the baby side of a through hike, but with work life and dad life, it's hard to really take away a whole week away from kids and everything. So getting up speed and consistency between now and then so that maybe I can turn it into a 4-day or something and just do leisurely 10 miles, or maybe somehow do that in 3 days. I don't know. I hear that Kisatchie is more rigorous than what I'm used to. In South Louisiana, you can go to Clark Creek, and that north of here gives you a taste of the Tennessee hills and waterfalls and everything. But for the most part down here in Louisiana, our nature trails are very flat, with only a few giving you some moderate incline, and definitely not in the thousands. It's more in the hundreds. I'm off this week from work. I'm kind of hoping my wife wants to get out here with me one day while it's nice and cool. She might enjoy it while the kids are at school. It's very pretty out this morning. It rained last night, so everything is a little bit wet, but it's not yucky muddy where I'm going right now, at least. I guess it kind of is. It's not bad though. I don't know why I came down here. I just slid. And now I gotta climb back up. So just looked like sand, and I thought I could hike down here and see the water, but now I gotta go back uphill in mud. So I'm gonna turn this off. I don't know how through hikers who have vlogs find enough time to do B-roll and all the cool things that they do with their shots, because you got to stop a lot to do that kind of thing. Like, let's keep it real. We're putting the phone down and then we're walking by our phone like this. Like, this takes so much time. You see what I'm saying? Like, that takes so long to have to walk around. Whoo, almost busted my butt. To have to walk around and film all that. So, don't want to get rid of any of the magic of trail vlogging, but pretty much any video you see where somebody's got some cool videos of themselves, they had to go set that up, spend the time doing that. It's just so tedious. Uh-oh, we got a bridge out. It's dysfunctional, at least. Oh, let's see. Ooh, we got to jump. So far, nobody's out here. It's really nice. Got the wind blowing through the trees right now. I've gotten 2 work texts while I've been out here. Glad I'm off for a week. Seen 2 deer. Maybe it was the same deer. Both times, I wasn't quick enough to get the camera out. I gotta run to the little boy's room. Bathroom breaks on the side of the trail. Gotta be considerate, you know? Gotta do a little woods walk for a minute. Don't just go right there. Just thought of a really good dad joke. Do you want to try out for the bathroom club? Don't worry about it. You're in. I like that. Dad jokes for the trail. Crap. I was hoping I wasn't going to have to cross any water, but it did rain last night. That's just part of the whole hiking thing. I can go up on the side. It just gets a little snaky, as my friend Robert says. Snaky. If you don't want to get your shoes wet, stay at home. All right. I've had worse. It just really would have sucked because it's kind of cold out here. It's like 55, and I just didn't want to have wet socks. So glad I was able to get around that. You know, the crazy thing is, it's only been a year since I got into backpacking and hiking, and you definitely wouldn't have caught me 2 years ago out here in the woods with snakes and spiders and bears, all those things. Thought I was gonna say, oh my. But ever since starting this, I've lost like 50 pounds and kind of started doing it after Jesus helped me quit drinking. I used to be a pretty hardcore alcoholic. Very successful one though. Nobody could really tell. But if I tried to make it a few nights or something without a drink, it's terrifying. Just felt like I needed something to take the edge off, as they say. And as I've gotten deeper into the Appalachian community and hiking community, apparently most hikers are reformed addicts. Not all, but most. Especially the crazy guys that go and do the CDT, the PCT, and the Appalachian Trail. Hey, check this out. Even when it's winter, we've got swamps. Gotta love Louisiana. But yeah, it seems like people who get into hiking are either former addicts or overcoming something, fighting something. So, kind of a cliche, I suppose. But I didn't quit it because of the hiking. It's like the hiking came out of it. I couldn't quit. It wasn't until my wife and I started going to church, started actually reading the Bible again. I had been running from that whole life for a long while. And I just begged God to take it. I begged Jesus to take it. Because I had tried quitting myself and I just couldn't do it. I just really, really couldn't do it. And next thing I knew, I was sober. 48 hours later, it was really hard the first night. To be real with you, it was very hard to quit drinking. I remember texting my wife and saying, babe, I'm gonna try to not grab something from the store after work. Just have some mercy, because I don't know how this is gonna go. That first night was really hard. The second night was really hard. The third night was really hard. Somewhere around day 5 or 6 is when it started to subside a little bit. And when I got to the 2-week mark, I realized it was the longest I'd gone in years. When I got to a month without a drink, I realized it was definite close to 7 years since I had done that. And then when I got to a whole year, which was recent, I don't know, over 10 years. So hiking did not lead me to freedom. Jesus led me to freedom. But hiking was the healthy supplemental thing that I put in its place, I suppose. Something cathartic, something that I could do rather than sitting at home, you know. There's plenty to do as a dad, and there's plenty to do as a husband, plenty to do as a homeowner, but I wanted to have something, you know. I never grew up hunting, fishing, doing any of the other outdoor boy sports. For me, it was always music and, you know, emo kid stuff in the 2000s. So that's my story. Take it or leave it. I'm really enjoying today. I think with any sport, the whole thing is just do it, right? That's why Nike's brand is just do it. So just get out and do it. If you're afraid of snakes, don't worry, they're really rare. Just be aware, I suppose. Just be alert. Watch where you're stepping. I haven't come across very many. Spiders, they're worse in the morning and at night. So if you can just avoid hiking in the dark and just do it after some other guys have come out, some other people have walked it and knocked down all the spider webs, you're probably clear to go. Well, I'm done for the day. That was 6.5 miles, just under 3 hours. So about a 27-minute a mile pace. I'm okay with that. It's not about speed for me, it's just endurance. I did find 2 of the biggest leaves ever. My son's gonna love this. Hey, look at that thing. That thing's massive. And then this one. Just gotta get some goodies, you know? It's like the Cub Scouts. If you don't come back from the trail with something fun, what's the point in going out? So I'm gonna bring those home to my kiddo. I know he's gonna love that. I can feel it in my knee right now. That's the one thing that's been hurting me every time I go hiking. And it's probably because I'm not relying on the trekking poles the way I should. I should probably push some of my weight onto that trekking pole on the right side a bit more than I do. Whenever I did my last thru hike, I was starting to feel it, but then whenever I started using the trekking poles correctly and really being intentional about it, the pain started to subside and go away. And that's what they're there for, is to help reduce wear and tear on the knees. I'm exhausted. This is great to be able to spend a whole day off out here in the woods. If you like these videos, definitely like and subscribe. Gotta say that, you know. Click the link down below, all that. If you want to hear some more awesome dad jokes, definitely subscribe. Anyways, over and out.